되네. Thanks for the raid. Hi, everyone. 안녕하세요. Hi, everyone. 타다. 나만 없어 고양이. Thank you for the raid. 곤주님, thank you for the raid. Hi, everyone. How are you guys? What the heck? Did you guys just get my Twitch alert? Hi, everyone. My name is Jinri. I do mostly business, IT stream, but sometimes I do dancing. And today's actually my first kind of like a pilot content. And yeah, you can kind of guess from this, but we're gonna do kind of like a showing radio, and I think it's gonna be super cool. Kind of the sucky part is that, yeah, I stayed up till 3, as some of you guys might know, because I thought that, you know, we had 2 stories. They were decent sized, but, you know, like I wanted 4. And so I stayed up till 3 making my own story. I was like, oh, let's try to like remember like what I had issues with. And then this morning I checked my email, and one of my angel intern writes me this very like 5-page essay, not gonna lie. And I was like, if only you sent that earlier. So, hi everyone. Let me just see who's here. 좀 인사 좀 할게요, 여러분. Guys, 고은주's new song is out. Guys, go please listen to it. Links? 뭐야 저건? 스트림. Thank you, 감사합니다. DMC는 안 걸리죠? 노래 틀면은. Thank you, Mark. 걸리는 거 아니야? I'm streamer. So, let's see. Hi, Super Dave. Isn't there another Dave? I feel like there's a lot of Daves. Try to see. Commander, hi. Heimu, hi. Konjuro. Gotta invite her to our interview someday, right? Natu, hello. Commander, hello. Great Catsby, Mark, Stunning Panda, hello. 진리사정 intern, love your title. Trying to see. Sunday, hi. I'm going in order. Order time. Sanctum, is that how you pronounce your name? Friggy, hi. Fancy, hi. 진이 비자 카드 1호? 야, 진리 비자 카드 없어? 진리 비자 카드 좀 이상하긴 하겠다. Jinri's Visa card, no? Stunned Panda. 단문기님 어서 오세요. 안녕하세요. 나 오늘 화장이 좀 빡세게 했어. 나 여기 오면 늘 화장을 빡세게 해가지고 여러분 카메라에 속지 마세요. 천천히 읽고 있어요 좀. Hi Bear. Hi Andy. Hi Mark. 마하. 쫑아. Hi 카미. 다 했니? 다 했나? Hi Sunday. Hi Brian G. 문덕부계가 뭐야? What? Hello. Your name's very interesting. Hi Dirk. I'm just gonna call you Zoe. Hi Zoe. So anyways, we're just gonna stall for maybe like an hour. Just saying hi to everyone, getting people used to the community and what we're gonna be doing. So, story time. Hi Coco Loco. Yeah, so not gonna lie, I might be a bit drunk. This morning, Mia looked at me and he goes, your face is red. And I'm like, yeah, well, I drank till 3. Hi, Night. Not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't think of any stories. 진짜 나도 스토리를 하나도 생각을 못한 거야. Hi, Zig. Yeah. 3 a.m. 스토리 하나도 생각이 안 나가지고 지금 스토리를 쓰느라 잠을 못 잤어요. So I couldn't write much stories. I can feel like if I read it, it's all like bad grammar. So yeah. But hi prosciutto. Hopefully we'll get through it today. Today's gonna be kind of a chill, slow day. I hope that's okay with you guys. But oh yeah. Also, I'm wearing high heels, guys. Isn't that amazing? 오늘 내가 여기 오잖아. 난 여기 오는 날만 엄청 꾸며요. 힐도 신고, 막 바지도 흰 바지 입고. Yeah, it's new shoes. Yeah. So, kind of funny story was that I came in and I was like, I finally wore heels. Look at me, 어서 오세요. And he's like, oh. And I was like, yeah, they're new. Expensive. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, but it was on sale. And he's like, really? So, yeah. And he gave me this like look of, yeah, sale, sale, right? There's an option to watch the stream in 4K? 뭐예요? 어머, 동생 저리 가. Sister, go away. Sister, don't come. What happened? 뭐지? What just happened? Yeah, watch me in 4K, guys. See what happens. 와, 뭐 또 만져주는데? Anyways, guys, like I said, every time I come to SSS, I got to do a lot of makeup. There's so much lights and close up. Sometimes it shows my head, so I gotta be careful. That's why I like scrubbed it. 오늘 가끔가다 이렇게 막 오잖아요. 그럼 나 가끔 걱정돼. 흰머리가 보일까봐. I'm worried that you guys can see my white hair or like, like my baldness, like yeah, go look for my white hair. 근데 머릿결 좋아 보인다. Looks like I have good hair. Gray? Is it gray? In Korea we call it white hair. 있을 수 있다고요? 안 그래도 요즘 많이 나기 시작했어요. 그래서 늘 느낀 게 아직 젊은 것 같은데 벌써 흰머리가 난다고? 하는데 저는 줌 안 해도 보이는데요? 맞아요. 저희 친오빠도 그렇더라고요. 뭐 30대 가니까 점점 더 심해지는 것 같고 저도 기대는 안 하고 있어요. Hi Lana! I visited Lana's stream yesterday too. I have to play our game. I'm at a studio. Yeah, and today I'm gonna talk about fun work stories. So thanks for visiting, Lana. Please go check her out. She is one of my science and tech buddies. It's really hard finding like science and tech girls who's like really hot. She's one of them. Please go check her out. Hottest science and tech girl. Wait, maybe I shouldn't say it's pretty hard. But mostly in the science and tech, they're guys. So last time I rated a science and tech guy, he was kind of mad at me. Or, he was kind of like, why'd you raid me? So Lana always has the best reactions when I raid. Thanks for the gift sub. I'm gonna guess that's a gifting sub. Thank you for gifting, secretary. 쫑님 감사합니다. Yeah, it's so cool. So 맞아, 제가 요즘 스트레스를 받는 것 같아. 스트레스를 안 받는다고 하면은 솔직히 거짓말이고, I think I'm a bit stressed. We can never say I'm not stressed. There's no one who's not stressed, I feel like. Or if you say that, then I am so jealous. I'd be envious. Hi, Vendel. 우리 역캠 회장님 출근하셨구나. Oh, welcome in, chairman. Yeah. 그래가지고 잘 견뎌내려고 하고 있어요. 요즘 그래서 골프 열심히 치고 있잖아. 골프. 내 자세 보여? 내 어깨 돌아가는 거 보이지? Do you guys see how good I'm with golf? You see my shoulders going, So You see this? You see? We'll go on a range soon. Yeah, my sexy shoulder. Oh, this side? Okay. So guys, how are you guys? 술 숨기는 모션 같다고? 내 술이야, 씨. Oh, you love it. That's so great, Lana. If, like I said, if you come to Korea, Lana, I will give you a tour. I will go back to the U.S., but if you're able to come sometime this year, then hopefully. So yeah, please go check Lana out. I know. 라나님 오셨으면 좋겠다. Good God. I'm good, Jack. How are you? Golf is not only shoulders, dude. Hey, shoulders, hips. I'm a dancer. What are the best places to see there in Korea? First, I would take you on a hanbok tour. You wear the Korean traditional dress. It's so pretty, especially someone like you. It'd be gorgeous. 아, 공 진짜 잘 맞춰. And then I'll take you out to really good restaurants, Korean restaurants. Dude, I'm like basically picking up Lana. I feel like I'm like hitting on her. If you feel kind of, you know, please tell me. I'll be kind of distant. Best place. And Lana, I will invite you here where you can give your speech about your game that you're making. Yes, please come here. This is the best place. You can stream. There's our PD. There's a bar. We have a bar here? Oh, there's a cafe. I'll start practicing this speech. We'll make it kind of like a hackathon award or like one of those like award ceremony area with red carpet, so you can wear your like fancy outfit and be like, welcome, you know. It's me. I saw myself. So, yeah. Oh no, they just have no. Technically, you can't even drink here, right? So, yeah. Mom, I'm on TV. So anyways, let me just kind of, I don't have anything to update you guys. I've just been, you know, we've been seeing each other every day, right? So, not that I know of, especially because it's in the basement. So I think no food or alcohol allowed. Guys, so this is not alcohol. I have water. 술 아니에요. 물이에요. Maybe next time I should buy a flask and like hide it here, you know, and then be like, you saw people drinking before? Oh, that's news. 안에 소주? 아, 소주 말 들으니까 지금 속이 안 좋아. 가는 길에 해장하고 갈 수도 있어요. 강남역이잖아. 근데 우리 대표님도 오늘 몸 상태 안 좋아 보이더라고. 마음이 아파. 살이 더 빠지셨어, 안 본 사이에. 대표님 좀 해장 같이 하실래요? 어제 어떻게 추셨길래? 아, 왜? What? Sub-detected? A soju detected. Yeah. I was like, what? 아, 진짜. Oh my god. 어제 춤은 잘 췄어요. Oh, we did have alcohol yesterday too, before dancing. We had, please correct me, I explained it as Mexican, but then I was gonna be like, it's South American? And then I was like, what am I supposed to say? Food? Where is fajita originated? Like, where am I supposed to say? Dude, and then I forgot what we decided to call, you know, like that region food. Then I was like, I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of like, I don't know. So I just explained to them as Latin American food. Meso food? Was it meso? Tex-Mex. So it is Mexican food. Because we had fajitas, shoot, what's that like? 빈대떡 style. Oh, meso was a joke? I was so serious. You can't say it's a joke. I was dead serious. What is that pancake? Half folded pancakes with cheese. What is that thing called? Guys, what's that food? I'm having issues. Oh, what's that food name? Oh my god. Quesadilla! Dude, I said crepes? Dude, I said, we were talking about Mexican food and we hear omelet and crepes? Or cheese pancakes? You guys are amazing. No, it was actually quesadilla. We had quesadilla, fajita, taco shell salad. Those three. And then we had margarita, we had virgin mojito, and tacos, oof. It just kind of reminded me like it half-folded eggs. It didn't have eggs. Omelet either. Oh, I guess omelet makes sense, yeah. And what's the other drink? Margarita, pina colada. They had a strawberry version of pina colada. Ooh, that was good. Oh. So, yeah. So then I was like, should I say this is a Mexican food? But I didn't want to be like, we're very diverse, cultured people, and I just didn't want to be like, to my Korean friends, yeah, we're eating Mexican food, and be like, oh, and then like have chat be like, excuse me, are you saying Mexican? So, what? Damn, no Indian taco? There's an Indian taco? The only thing I can't stand from Tex-Mex cuisine is lime and bell pepper. Why? So I just have to call it, okay, I know, I'm not Mexican, so I don't care. Oh, okay. So I can just say Tex-Mex, right? Oh. I've never had Indian taco. Yeah, me neither. Dude, is that a thing? I'll look it up later. So I'll remember next time. It's a Tex-Mex. So Texas Mexican? Funny, all the Mexican food I had lots of rice. You know what was ironic yesterday was that the food I ate had no rice. Yeah, it wasn't in my fajita nor quesadilla. Obviously, taco salad, definitely not. But none of those two had rice. And at one point, I was like, what am I missing? They didn't even have beans. Oh my God, they are fake. That's like not even Tex-Mex. That's Comex, right? Korean Mexican food, right? Oh, it's so authentic? Oh, really? So if you have beans, it's actually Tex-Mex if you don't have beans? But it was fajita, not taco. Or is fajita taco? And what's that thing called? The shell? Do we call it the shell? Or the what's that thing? Like the wrap? What is that wrap? What is that called? Burrito skin? Tortilla! Oh, we are so uncultured, guys. It's not just you. I feel so uncultured. I couldn't even think about tortilla yesterday. I was like, shell? Burrito skin. Oh my God. Yeah, it's okay, guys. We're being cultured, guys. Tortilla is definitely. It's okay, guys. It's okay, Mark. We're being cultured. We're learning. We learned. Our stream, we're learning, guys. Pita pan? Pita bread? Oh, that's true. So if you don't have beans and rice, it's not authentic. If you don't have beans and rice, it's authentic. For fajita? Oh shoot, then I was like, I came home and so I was thinking of like, I actually wanted to take them to more like you do need beans and rice. In Tex-Mex food, or like, I guess, Mexican food. Cause actually, honestly, I was thinking of Chipotle, right? And I was like, I wanted them to have the bowl and you shake it and then you open it and you have all kind of like the bibimbap style Mexican food. And I was like, yeah, this is what we eat in the US, you know, with my southern accent, right? But it actually came out being like a decent meal. So I was kind of shocked, not gonna lie. I was kind of shocked. So with that in mind, I couldn't explain anything. And then obviously I couldn't even think about the tortillas, or quesadillas. So I was like, so. Either can have beans and rice depending on the dish. Like I said, fajita. Does that have rice or beans, guys? Can you explain to me? Fajita, yes or no? A quesadilla, I definitely know that doesn't have rice, but I know I've seen beans and rice for fajitas. This one did not. Okay. I thought fajita had rice, no? You never had Chipotle? Excuse me? Where have you been, sir? Oh, fajitas were meat and veggies? Fajitas no rice? No Mexicano, no sé? Oh, that's true. So which one has rice? Burritos and fajitas can... Hi Sid! Guys, next time if you guys email me, can you guys write if you guys can, if you guys want to be revealed? Because technically I said anonymous. So I wasn't really sure. 아이고, 거북장 어서 오세요. 근데 거북장님 너무 귀염귀염하다, 이름이. What a learning experience this is. Oh, so my channel, here's the thing. Our goal is to learn. And so it's never a bad thing to say I don't know, but it is a bad thing to be racist. Being like, oh, Mexican food. You know, so. 저도 비서장으로 바꿀까? 어떡해. 안 그래도 어제 톨님 방송 잠깐 들어갔거든요. 따지러 내가 아니 지금 5월 달이야. 우리 안 봐? 했는데 아직까지 답장이 없는데 하여튼 갔는데. 오케이. Yeah, don't worry. I saw you go in. 5월 달에 안 봐? 갔는데. 뭐지? 그거 시켰어요. 어떻게 노래. 이거 들려주는 거야? 해가지고 아니 그냥 MR 보낸 거야 하길래 나는 들려주는 건 줄 알았어 해가지고 그거 듣고 싶으면 저 비서님 영상 어딘가 떠돌아다닐 거야. I mean, dude, bathroom's over there. He's usually over there. If something moves, you can see. So, go in king? Why? The story I emailed you, boss, you can say it's mine. I don't care. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you guys want it to be revealed, so. Yeah, life is always learning. Chipotle is a bargain bin version? What's a bargain bin? What does bargain bin mean? Sorry, I wasn't really like exactly reading text. 내가 재밌잖아. 원래 청자과를 봐야지. 어제도 청자 엄청 팔았는데. I was selling out all my... So, whenever I do my dance stream, that's when my EUs wake up. It was perfect. So... I've decided to really work hard on dancing so at least I could see my European. I love my American interns too, but I always had a feeling that I neglected my Europeans intern, but 싸구려. Okay. A dollar store version? Okay. A bin. I don't know about that. So, yeah, so it was nice seeing them visit, so, yeah, hopefully. What was I gonna go with that story? Here's the thing. If you drink last night, the next morning, your brain doesn't function. Especially because I don't go to work these days. Because at work, I'm used to drinking, so. Are you meeting? Dude, I told you. She hasn't responded to my Discord. Come to New Mexico if you want cultured food. Oh, are you in New Mexico? 아, 손절 그런 것 같아. 너무 내가 미쳤나 봐. 미친 사람이라고 좀 손절하나? Drinking lowers IQ? Yeah, that's what I've noticed. I feel like my IQ dropped to like 90. Recently, I haven't been able to like think really hard. Or like whenever I have to think, it hurts my brain. And I was like sending so many cacao yesterday. Gotta stop. I don't remember what I said. 어제 청수님이랑도 카톡을 했는데 엄청 하고 있었는데 기억이 안 나. 메시지 체크 안 하시는 걸 엄청 유명하시다고? 아, 그래요? 언젠간 보겠지. 너 뭐라 했더라, 어제? 어제 막 술 마시고, 막 누구한테 잘 지내냐, 누구 있냐. When you're drunk, I was sending so many messages to people yesterday. That's not a good sign if you don't remember. Yeah, so I gotta stop drinking. Dude, I was like super nice. 카톡 기억이 안 나냐면? 그러니까 딴 얘기, 그러니까 일 얘기를 계속 했는데, I like how she says that when she is about to take a swing. 오늘 공연하는 날인가? 공연이야? 마주치는 눈빛이 트로트 불러줄까? 나 요즘 트로트가 좋더라고요. So, anyways. 공연 스튜디오인데요. 여기 저는 비즈니스 방송하러 왔어요. 공연장에서 비즈니스 방송하는 거 색다르죠? 여기서 디코 노래방 하자고? 재밌긴 하겠다. So, anyways, today's goal, everyone, is 장윤정. 만나. Today's goal is to what's today's goal? Today's goal is to do our first pilot content for the radio show. Let's stop stalling now. So, I will give you guys a brief introduction of how this thing started. Because I have nothing to talk about. I think we're done talking about fajitas. Talking about fajitas, it's a very hard word to pronounce, you know, fajita. Anyways, so, how this all started. You know, I'm partnered with SSS. And for the longest time, I think for like 2 months, I stalled. Because, you guys, I stream in the morning time. And getting here, I have to take the 지옥철, the deadly train, okay? And you know what deadly train means? I'm literally squished inside the train. Today, you know, as you know, I'm not wearing my covered toes. Someone stepped on my toe, and I got so mad at her. She was either drunk or she couldn't stand up properly. So I'm like pushing her. Dude, excuse me. Get away from me. You can mention my name. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for telling me, guys. Yeah, I need to wear my seal toe shoes. I did not bring mine from US. I might have to ask my mom to send them over. Yeah, I mean, I'm drunk, and she doesn't have to be drunk, right? Excuse me, honey. I should have just been like, you know, I'm like wearing like this off shoulder and everything. I should have been like, excuse me? Why are you? Stand up properly, honey. So anyways, she stepped on me, and I got so mad. You know, that's anyways, like, you know, we're like super close to each other. And it's like far, you know, I don't know, like, definitely come visit Korea and SSS and see. Oh, how's the cameraman doing? I mean, he came back safely, you know. Those were some strong American Karen vibes. Weech! Why you stepping on my toe? Yeah. Anyways, so coming here is also a hike. Like, in Korea, it's very common to have a very steep hill, you know? So you guys can visit here. There's a cafe first floor, really cool place. But for streamers at 10 a.m., you definitely don't want to hike here. So, you know, I was stalling and I was like, I don't want, I have no idea. And, you know, whenever I see it, you know, I was like kind of running away from SSS, you know, like our cameraman, I was like, I don't want, I can't think of anything to do. And then recently I watched someone's stream and she was doing a radio show. And I was like, you know, I don't think US has kind of like a radio show where we actually read stories related to anything. All I remember in the US was they call someone, right? And they're like, so let me talk about that boyfriend the other day. Like he was like doing this and that happened. Congratulations, you just earned something. You know, like it's a typical like be on the call, right? And so I kind of wanted to show, you know, I like mixing culture. So I wanted to mix kind of like the Korean culture of doing the showing radio situation and having kind of like a funny voice of, well, I can't really like change my voice, but I'm gonna try to like, you know, make it as interesting as possible. So that's how we got to this part. So it was kind of drastic though, because we got 2 before one of our interns submitted a paragraph, like 5-page essay, which I actually came reading it while being on the train. And it was a very interesting story, but you know, the other side of me, I was like, if only he could separate the stories, because it wasn't just like one story, it was like multiple stories. Not dissing you, I'm so thankful, but because we have to think about our future content, I feel like you've already used everything. So I'm like, oh should I just stop? But then I don't want to be rude, right? So I was like, oh, what should I do? Should I stopping? Well, like, where can I cut it so that it's like a reasonable place so you don't have to? Well, you know what? I'm just going to read it off and hopefully other people for the next month can submit something interesting. Hopefully your life can be interesting by next month. It's like mandatory from boss that I say. Hopefully your life will be interesting. So that's how we got to this part. No pressure, guys. But email me at business.jinritv@gmail.com, guys, of fun stories. So anyways, let's get started. Are you guys excited? Get an interesting life? Come on, you guys. If you guys really think deep down, you'll like remember some situation. So I think how we're gonna do is I'll read a story and then we'll just kind of talk about it. I'll give you guys my impression, and you probably don't want advice anyways, but I'm just gonna give you advice. You know, it's content. You know, you gotta make content. Content's important. So that's how I will do it, and I will upload actually story by story so you guys can watch my YouTube. AKA, I'm trying to push for the, you know, 4,000 hours of watching, which is crazy. Not like mandatory, but it's recommended. Like how, you know, we're US, they're recommending you to be 2 weeks quarantine, you know. Not dissing US, but it's definitely a good idea to make it mandatory. Interesting stories that are safe for stream. Yes, yes, yes. Only can help. So let's get started. So hello everyone. Today is our first stream of business secrets. And we are here with some of our fun stories. Now let me get started, guys. I read all the stories, like I said. And they're really interesting. So let me start with story number 1. Ba-bam. Cha. So story 1 goes. It's probably a guy, right? Oh, good morning, boss. Oh, is that too low? I think that might be too low. Okay. Good morning, boss. Here is my submission for the radio show story from work. I hope you like it. Basically, two people from work confessed to me. Holy cow. So I started working at this company in March of 2020. Being the new guy, I really wanted to make a lot of friends at work. So I greeted everyone that I saw and talked to them as much as possible when I had the time. After only 2 days of working in office, I had to switch to home-based stuff because of quarantine. At this point, I knew the names and faces of about 1/3 of my coworkers in the office. I started asking them if they played games and stuff, and found a few friends to play with. On Christmas Eve, ooh, I'm so proud of my interns. 2 confessions. Okay, on Christmas Eve, I just want to stall as much as possible, but anyways, on Christmas Eve, ooh, drum roll, guys. Christmas Eve, here we go. 2 of the guys that I played with, who really seemed like straight guys for me, confessed that they liked me on the same night. Only a few hours apart from each other. Holy cow! Holy cow! I thought it was a joke because they both happened to message and call me on Christmas. But they both really insisted that they liked me for real. And they didn't know how to respond and I didn't know how to respond at all. So I ended up treating it as if they were messing with me at first. And when I found out they were serious, I told them both that we can still defo be friends, but I really don't swing that way. Oh, they keep in contact. They kept in contact for a few weeks, but after that, they stopped playing games with me. I also heard that they stopped talking to each other as well after that whole thing happened. Oh, oh my God. So strong. First, the sender is a guy. So if the sender wants to reveal who it is, please give me a Jinri 뭐 있냐? Jinri hi. Give me a Jinri hi if you want to reveal yourself. But I saw the sender's face. I'm thinking that's his face, right? Because he's on Discord. And I was like, how did he get the vibe, right? Yeah, it's Sundae. I was like, how does he have that, not dissing any of the LGBTAs. I really support them. But apparently they have a vibe. I've actually asked my lesbian friend. I actually have a lesbian friend, and I ask questions. It's never a wrong thing to ask questions, but I did ask her, how do you guys know each other? That you guys like each other. And they apparently have this fashion or the vibe, type of music they like, and then definitely the rainbow flag definitely gives a big hint. So I was like, maybe if we could try to see the vibe, we're trying to learn, we're trying to educate ourselves, right? And be like, does our intern have this vibe? And I was like, doesn't seem like it, but maybe the way you talk could have given some of those feelings. But when I also first read the intro, I was like, oh, 2 girls must like our intern. Oh my God. And then when I read guy, I thought to myself, maybe he's using guy as a gender, neutral. And then he goes, they were straight. I was like, holy cow. So I've actually never had two people like me. So I want to give you advice, and obviously you already did a very amazing job of, wrapping it up, saying, you don't swing that way. But it really sucks that they stopped talking to each other at work. And I hope they don't become kind of your next teammates or any of those like project working type of group, because those suck. And people always say, don't ever date people at work, because it gets awkward when you break up. Like, I've heard definitely a lot of stories related to that. So, yeah, that really was interesting. Definitely not the story that I was like expecting, but it was so unique. Never saw it personally, but yeah, dating in oh yeah. So in my case, who was my friend dated a girl at work, and apparently when they broke up, she asked her manager to move her at a different location, or different location or different desk, and made it super obvious. And so there's this like awkward moment of, oh shoot, they broke up, and you're coworkers and you don't want that to happen. Oh dear. Well, I hope soon that you found other people to talk to related to this, since if you're the new guy and you really want to be friends. I do want to ask, personally, do you have a higher voice pitch, or what do you think made them kind of give you that vibe of thinking that you were maybe gay? Is that a question to ask? Can't confirm it's gay. Yeah. Because irresistible? You actually have no idea what makes me. I'm trying to say it in a nice, mannerful way. Have no idea. If that happened to me, let's imagine. Okay, that happened to me. Jinri, that happened. I would be like.
Back in the studio, PogChamp.
Thank you for dono. Who donated? I can't read. Who donated? I wasn't watching my stream. Oh, thank you for dono. Hasha for $25. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. 감사합니다. Thank you. I'm back. Sharing fun stories. They were both interns, and it was both their last days. So if they shoot me down, it would not be awkward. Oh. Really? That's something interesting. I always heard that they have like different vibes. But I guess your name is Bear. What would be? It's always interesting, right? Is it more than girls do? Ah, really? Oh. We should compare like Bear and Sundae together, and then kind of maybe analyze. Analyzing is okay, right? Analyze what makes them be irresistible for guys. Cause I would be interested in analyzing both you guys' feature and figuring out what's that seducing, irresistible charisma that you guys have to seduce all the people. I would be very interested. Interesting stream content, yeah. Who knew we would all stay for a fellow intern tonight? Yeah. Well, at least I hope you found other friends to play games with, Sundae. If not, Jinri TV and Jinri Co community always likes to play games anytime. So always ping up the Pro Gamer tab in our Discord, and you know we have a nice community of gamers too. So definitely play some with them. Yep, yeah. Kudos. Give Sundae a round of applause for a very interesting experience. Probably a very, very good drunk story time, right? So people clap, guys. That was a good story. Thanks for making a good intro for the pilot stream. Whew. 자, so that's kind of if that was me, if that happened to me, wow. What would you do if that happened to you guys? If that happened to me, I would be like, what makes you guys want to date me? I think that's the first question I would ask. Like, what's the feature that you guys see that really got you guys interested in me? Or is that kind of offensive? So yeah. So I wouldn't. Then I won't do that type of acting because it would mislead other people. Oh God. Do you see my? How much I can move? Only way out. Panda nose. I like to have fun. We need some drink. Oh, that was a good drinking story. I think that was a good drinking story. Yeah. 자, story number 2, guys. Ready? Hi, boss. One time, a few years ago, at a previous company, I was told to train a new temp on an electronic database that we used for all of our research and product setup. I had previously, the day before, showed them the system and walked them through it with my account, and now it was time for them to be hands-on. That's reasonable. That's reasonable, right? That's okay. So I directed them to a login site since it was a web-based system and told them that their login ID was the exact same username and password that they used to log into their computers every morning. Sure, that's okay. I kid you. Not the temp sat there for a few moments staring at the screen, perplexed at what I had just told them, like I was speaking in another language. So I'm guessing kind of like, right. So I repeated again that their login ID was the exact same as the login ID to sign in to their computer. The temp still looked confused as to what to enter in until I repeated a third time, but stated that this was their name and whatever password they chose for their computer login. Finally, the temp understood and logged in. Needless to say, that temp did not last long. Ouch. These type of interns or temps, for this one, it's a temp, right? I always question, how did they get into college? How do they get into this job? And I also then worry about, dude, is my company having a big issue? Like, if my company did not realize how this person could not think, it seems that they're hiring really random people. And I would be worried about my company, right? At this time, I'd be like, do I have to find another job? Is that what we have to do? Or what am I supposed to do with that? Like, what do you have to do? So if I were in, so what would you have to say if there's a temp who works like this? I would have been like, sir, hey, what's your ID? What's the ID you put into your computer? So every time I have to teach someone like this, and I have this like Asian accent coming out. I don't know why, but I mean like, kind of reminds me like a mom. You know, like, the pause might have been valid if there was a consideration of security whereby any password would work, but the password one uses, usage, oh. Yeah, I think, maybe, yeah, I think if you went slowly being like, ID. What is your ID that you put in every morning? Morning computer ID. Maybe it was the way you explained it might have been difficult. But how do they not understand? I'm still confused. Are you sure your company's okay? So, person who wrote this, if you want to reveal, give me a Jinri high. If not, just let it go. But, hey, bud, let me pull you over. Yeah, hey, okay. Do you know English? Do you Spanish? Yeah. What is your ID? Yeah, so Sid, what did you have to do? Like, how did you explain to them, what was the exact wording you said to the temp? Like, what'd you say? Were you like, so put in your ID and password. Maybe it was because you spoke fast. You should have been like, your ID or your password for your computer. This thingy, and like showed some like action that would have been helpful for the temp, or should have been kind of like this. Really? So exactly you said every more ID login ID was exact same. Username and password that you use to log in. How do they not understand? I'm shocked. This is shocking. How did he do other tasks though? Like, how did he even write his? This is common sense. What? What? What are you supposed to do? Holy cow. Well, it's good that how clueless some people can be about certain things. I guess it's kind of like, I get that sometimes too, but when my boss later asked how they were doing with the system, I recommended that they be used for other tasks. Oh. What do you mean? That's my question too. How'd that guy go to work? But I also like, if I were that temps, I'll not use that system. 아저씨님 어서 오세요. If I were that temp, maybe he was nervous. You know, it's probably your first day at work. He's like very excited. He doesn't know anything. He's like, I'm going to work. I have this thing, you know, so excited. And then like, you know, you have maybe, got it. Maybe Sid, our intern, was kind of like scary. So he was very nervous. Or maybe you were just so attractive, like Sundae, that he was just like, oh, this attractive guy is talking to me. I can't think. I just can't think about my username. Oh shoot. Oh, you're so stunning. Oh, it's brightening my eyes. Oh. Mind blank. Mind blank. Oh, I can't think about anything. Maybe that was true. Maybe you were just so attractive. Just think, maybe we should think of it as a positive, way. Sid is just a very attractive intern, where the temp was just amazed, or trust me, she's drunk. She just Sid was just amazed, just like him just walking by. The person was like, "Oh, that guy. Oh, I hope he teaches me. Oh, I hope he teaches me, guys. I hope he's like helping me with all my stuff,." So yeah, soju. Yeah, let me get a drink of soju, guys. So, yeah, I was so blinded by your gorgeousness. Oof. So hopefully, let's just think it as a positive way. Definitely, it's good that the temp did not last, but yeah, hopefully he's much better at other workplace because there isn't anyone as attractive as Sid. So, perfect story. Thank you. That was a nice story. Now, for our third story, didn't think that there wasn't other things to say in my other stories, right? So give a round of applause to Sid and his attractiveness. Yeah. Hopefully they sound Yeah, that's like the best thing to wish for, because what I realized, it's never a good idea to be on bad terms with anyone, even if you were frustrated or annoyed with some people. Yeah, chat's so hot, guys. We have a lot of hot chats today, but that's the biggest thing that I actually learned from my last job was a lot of my viewers know about my story with my manager and how he just was another level. He really wanted to keep everything simple, which was fine. It's not a bad idea, and I really wanted to make it more perfect. So on my hand, maybe being too perfectionist was a problem. But even if we did not like get along together, I feel like the most important thing is like, dude, we're both human beings. He has his own ways, I have my own ways. So, it's always like a good idea to smile. And then at home you just drink soju and be like, "Oh, that manager." This is not soju, guys. I'm not mad at you guys either. So yeah, it's a good idea to sometimes be understanding and try to make it as positive as possible, right? But it's always hard, even trying to make something like positive. Oh, that's why you had monthly happy hours for that? That's so good. Damn. In Korea, they don't really have, actually, to drink with coworkers in Korea is actually a very stressful thing. Isn't that a sad thing? Because sometimes bosses or managers want to really get along with people. But, sometimes I understand both sides. Maybe it's kind of like sometimes when I come to Discord and I'm like, "Guys, let's play." And you guys are kind of like people shy. And then when I leave, you guys are so excited and like party. Then I'm like, "Oh. So this is how boss feels like, Boss wants to." So sometimes that's why boss should, step away from their job and be like, "We understand. We take the boss part serious." Yeah, I totally noticed that too. So, yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, I feel like a real boss sometimes when we get that like situation going on. So let's take a 5-minute break. We talked a lot, guys. Also, I didn't realize that our stories, I gotta elaborate more on it, but it's just so shocking that there's nothing else to say. I was like, "Oh, here's like an issue I'm having, right? This is just like nonsense. This person should just be fired. Like, there's nothing else I can say about it, right?" So we'll just take a 5-minute. Enjoy the calmness of this studio. Today's stream might end early, guys. Don't sweat on it. We'll just take I streamed twice yesterday. It'll be a break time for me. Maybe I'll go home and then do some analysis things on Discord. But yeah, we'll just take a chill day today. This is why I need a lot of stories. Outside stream? 너무 한숨 크게 쉬었나? 야방이 누구 남의 집 강아지냐? 야방이야. 또 강남 보여달라구. This is outside enough, yeah. 강남이 얼마나 복잡하고 나 야방 못하는 거 알잖아요. I don't like IRL streams. It's so hard, guys. You guys, IRL is kind of embarrassing sometimes. I get embarrassed. So, yeah, I'll think about it. I might do IRL, maybe, if we have anything to do. But I might just go home and sleep too. Ooh, we can actually do kind of, maybe we'll go eat. I don't know. We'll think about it. 자, finally, the third story. And I might just share my story too that I wrote. Kind of deals with a different manager that I had. But, 자, story number 3, guys. To boss and fellow interns. Hopefully, these can provide some amusement and wisdom. Oh, what happened to the break? That's true. I'm so like, sometimes I gotta be like laid back. We'll like stall story 3, so we can kind of at least like a 2-3 hour stream. If I read this, I think we'll be done by 12. 그냥 오늘 칼퇴야 우리. We'll be quickly done. 대표님은 해장국 먹으라고. 그럴까? 아니요, 대표님은 더 자야 될 것 같아요, 표정이. That's why it's called in real life. Real life stories. Oh. So how's everyone doing, guys? How are you liking this so far? Are you guys enjoying the stories that interns wrote? 그거 진짜. 근데 소주만 들어도 속이 올라와. 술이 너무 셌나 봐. It's been good? That's good. There's funny stories. It's nice that you guys are listening. Just kind of have to check on chat once a while. You know, like, you guys are listening, right? I know it's like a radio, but you know, we can kind of send in emotes too, right? Emojis. If I say emojis, am I an OG? I feel like an OG. Give me some intern smoke, guys. It's a break time. Oof. I have to also get my massage. Remind me. You're making it interesting. Thank you, Brian. That's so sweet. Yeah. So if you guys want your stories to be heard and made fun of, please send them at business.jinritv@gmail.com. I will make fun of your stories. Just kidding. I won't make fun of them. I'll just try to I don't want to give you guys an advice, but I just want to listen to a lot of other people's work stories, because I know all of you guys are mostly working at a company, but I know there are people who either don't have a job or in college or in high school. So it's a nice thing to, you know, kind of like listen to and like learn from, because guys, in the real world, everything is crazy. You've been on eToro and looking at stock while listening? Damn. Yeah. There's a phrase. I don't know if it's a phrase, but you know, it's not easy. It's not easy working in the real world. So when I was like fresh from college, I still remember. I will go to Google. 늘 뭔가 딱 나오자마자 늘 사람들이 생각하는 게 그거잖아. 내 구글 갈게. I will go to Google, guys. Google's easy, you know. 꽃모드라고. But reality, Wow, where is Google? Where is Google? Everything awesome in the real world, house burning down around me. Yeah. Yeah. You're pretty. Are you a singer? Oh, thank you. Mountain View, Cali. Yeah, well, like we know where Google is, but to me, it's just so far away that I can't see where Google is. Talking about Google, SSS, did you hear in your Namu Wiki, someone wrote, I'm ex-Google employee. Best part of my life. Can you, Jinri, ex-Google employee, please? Yeah, ex-Google employee, please. Don't call me streamer. I want to be called ex-Google employee. Sorry, why? Did you write it, Hotshot? Google employee. Get that on a business card. Google's gonna be like, who is this streamer? Trolling. I've heard the Google horror stories. Oh, really? Oh, working there? That sounds like a tech lead on YouTube. Oh, so it's better to be an ex-Google than be in Google? Oh. Yeah. Is that mean? I know everything about, yeah, I looked through their old DB. I looked through their DB and I know everything about you. I know where you guys live. And like what you guys do. And where you guys work. This is not a new setting. I'm just at a studio. Every Tuesday, I'll be here kind of talking about stories, fun stories to do. So I also understand why radio shows are 1 hour long and they keep playing musics in between. They're trying to stall time. But for me, we can't. DMCA, man. So you guys are my music. Keep talking and I'll just read. Yeah, I know your search history, Panda. I saw what you watched the other day. Maybe I should have singers just sing in the background. That'd be interesting. 스틸 웅장하다고? Yeah. Just play streamers' songs? They have to pay me, guys. Hey! Streamer to streamer is also business. Either their chat pays me or they pay me. It's free PR if I play their song. Are you sure, Loki? Are you sure? Are you sure? Boss knows all our search history. Set computer and phone to the factory reset. No, actually, I don't mind playing other people's songs. It's nice to hear. It's kind of amazing how people play music, and it's really good. So I like it. Oh, what's going on? What? What are you doing? Hi, Jamie. Can you get a shout out for Jamie? Yeah. Also, that was SSS. It's his stream, no? Yeah. Thank you, Datu. Get people from chat to sing. Ooh, that would be an interesting thing to do. Oh, that would be nice. Chat singing? Oh, I like that. Oh. So, anyways, let's go to our third story. Today, no topic specified? Oh, no! What topic? What topic? Today's topic is just me talking. Today's topic is thank you for a gift sub to Jamie from who? What happened? ¿Qué pasó? Gifts? Hasha, thank you for 5 gift subs. Thank you. 감사합니다, Hasha. Oh, thank you for stalling time. Donation also stalls time, by the way. 여러분, 도네하면은 시간 좀 세이브하거든요. 도네도 한번 생각해 보세요. Think about donating, guys. Yeah, I need to stall time. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hasha, for 5 gift subs. Thank you. That sounds evil. I'm not forcing you guys to donate, but it's just a nice way to stall time. 5 minutes thanking for the key. 필요해. We need some time off. Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah. And then maybe have some hype train up there. Thank you, Asha. 영도 drunk junior clip? What's my drunk junior clip? Which one's my drunk junior clip? You can also have an email box. Oh, I do have email box.
Stalling.
Yes. Mayak, thank you for stalling. Oh, I actually have emails where you guys can send me. These are actually sent emails. We just got 3, and then I just wrote my own. Maybe I should stop exposing myself, right? So, okay. Whew. That was a good break, guys. I think we stalled good amount of time, right? 자, let us continue with our last, but not least, definitely not least story. So, 2 boss and fellow interns. Hopefully, these can provide some amusement and wisdom. Years ago, fresh out of college and starting my career, I was fortunate to get an internship at a boutique investment bank. Some explanation is required here. Boutique in this context means small and or specialized, both of which describe the firm I joined. This is in contrast to a bulge bracket banks. Wow. Examples are JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, etc., which is larger and can provide greater range of services and transaction. For those curious, the term bulge bracket comes from how the names of the bank involved appear on the tombstone. Oh, really? Oh. The document finalizing a merge. Oh. Merger, acquisition, IPO. The big banks were in larger font and the bulge compared to the other. Ah. Oh, that's news. Oh, this is interesting. So who knows bulge bracket? Raise your hand. Who knows about bulge bracket? Please, story take a positive turn. We haven't had a positive story yet. 자, as a consequence of being at a small firm, training was non-standard. I totally understand. 맞아. Unlike at a big bank with a structured training program, I'd get a task every once in a while from my vice president, and he'd do his best to show me how I could get it done. I didn't appreciate how rare this was at the time, but I was working under someone who took so much time to teach and educate me. Yeah, I do agree. Anyone who spends time like teaching you step by step are the best. I feel like in terms of managers, you definitely need to find those type of people because they give you the most insightful, like those actually stay longer in memory than other times when they're just kind of like, do this. So I agree. Another challenge to my training was that as a small firm, we didn't get many deals. For the first few weeks, it was mostly grunt work, specifically updating our monthly reports, making industry reports, and when we did have a deal, assisting with the pitch book and the CIM, confidential information memorandum. Oh, damn. Not long after I started, another intern joined the banking team. Kate was still a student at a prestigious university and planning to get into banking. Oh, yeah, banking makes a lot of money. While there are a lot of bad stereotypes about bankers and ambitious students, really, what are some stereotypes of this? I've never heard stereotypes of bankers and ambitious students who want to become them. She was modest, hardworking, and dedicated. She knew more than I did and could make detailed, visually pleasing PowerPoint presentations. The first project we received to do together was an industry report on ad tech and a specific company within the sphere. Our top boss, managing director in banking lingo, was in talks with a client about advising them on a potential acquisition. Our job was to put a general sense of the industry and create a list of acquisition targets. We got started, knowing very little about the industry or the technology involved. Damn, that is a very complicated job, right? So, wow, industry report and a specific company within the sphere. Wow. What? That is a big job for interns to do in a small company. I feel like most of the intern jobs that people give are so small that you guys can't really see a detail. So this company is very caring about interns and trying to see the potential in actually hiring them, in the next round. It was an informal tradition that the boss would take new interns out for dinner with the rest of the team. Oh, shoot. No, don't cross the line, dinner. With the rest of the team to talk and get to know them. Okay? For Kate, the getting to know you dinner was at a Mexican restaurant. As we settled in and ordered our meals, the managing director asked us how the project was going so far. This happens in the US too. It's like a common Korean thing, like Koreans, they this happens in the US. Like when you're eating, you guys talk about work. I hope this wasn't an Asian, maybe it's an Asian thing. Oh, damn. So before we even got our food, the chat turned into a full report on everything we had learned so far. Ew! I still wondered how much value our boss got out of the interrogating us. How much value our boss got out of interrogating us on the subject. But it sure got the message across. We had to take it seriously. This is disgusting. Oof. Ugh. Over the next few days, we buckled down and spent a few days learning about the industry, coming up with a list of companies, and then narrowing it down to one that seems like it would suit our clients. 일단, guys, Really? Really, restaurant? I mean, restaurant, okay. We just talked about, restaurant. Talking about projects and what you learned? I remember one dinner, they were just gossiping, being like, oh, this person's kind of like, oh. And here you're giving report? Wow. So, anyways, around this time, another intern joined. I'll just refer to him as intern number 3. He was also a college student, and despite landing the internship, didn't seem particularly enthused about getting involved with the work. Within a few days, another colleague complained to our vice president that intern 3 was playing Counter-Strike and other games on his workstation during office hours. Did he have gaming headphones? What? Eventually, I could tell too since I heard the rapid fire clicking. 이거? And keystrokes that meant he was in an intense game. What? During his time at the firm, intern number 3 accomplished the following. Number 1, arm wrestling one of our co-workers. Number 2, nearly breaking a window by hitting a golf ball indoor. What? And number 3, leaving early every Friday to coach tennis at his old high school. 와, 진짜 너무 사벽이다. When our MD found the time to hear our report, Kate printed out copies of our presentation for all 3 of us, her, myself, and intern number 3. We started at a high level, explaining the general trends and features in the industry, but within minutes, intern number 3 cut in and started commenting based on what was in the PowerPoint. Oh, this douchey. Oh, this asshole. He jumped ahead of us and started talking about the companies we'd chosen. To our surprise, the MD was pleased and seemed to like what intern number 3 was saying. Ah! This a-hole! 와, 진짜? Kate was, how do you pronounce this word? Kate was a haste. A-G-H, I read how this was pronounced, but Kate was, is it a haste? I think G is silent, right? A haste, and complained to me afterwards. A guest. Thank you, Natu. Kate was a guest and complained to me afterward. He just read off the slides we made. Indeed, he did. But the act seemed to convince, and even our VP was impressed. Oh, 진짜? Saying that the intern number 3 seemed to have gotten some work done after all in between Counter-Strike and arm wrestling. Oh, this was... Looking back, there was a lesson there. Speak up, otherwise, a fast talker slacker with the gift of gab can't take credit for what you've done. I would be so mad. If that was me, I'd have been like, excuse me? Maybe? Wow. Wow. Yo, wow. Well, we'll keep reading. We'll go back. Appropriately enough, intern 3 left his internship early. Good for you, man. Gotta like slap his face someday. Years later, when I checked his LinkedIn, he still had his 2-month stint at the firm on his page. Kate stayed on for a few more months, doing good work the whole time. 역시, I love you, Kate. Love you, Kate. She went on to work at a big bank and then a venture capital firm. So her hard work was recognized eventually. Around the time she left, around the time she left, I got a full-time offer from the firm. Oh, congratulations. I would do more client-facing work and even sit in on face-to-face meetings with clients if they were local. This was pre-COVID, of course. I was excited. This was an excuse to dress up and wear a suit like a big kid, right? Of course, the glitch wore off quickly and most client calls and meetings were just boring. One time, however, it seemed as if one of our clients had a truly spectacular product with great potential. A company we were advising that was looking to be acquired and was pitching its service in middle office hedge fund software. I did not know what middle office meant or what kind of software hedge fund needed, and back then only a very vague idea of what hedge funds even did and why they need a special software. Turns out the CEO of this company had answers to all those questions. Hedge funds trade frequently and have a consistently charging valuation of their AUM. And so his company's revolutionary new software, described with a lot of buzzwords, would simplify this process for them and do it cheaper than how they did it before. I still remember now, as the CEO got up from the conference table, rolled up his sleeves, and started drawing on the whiteboard. Exuding Steve Jobs' energy and charisma. Oh, I can already imagine. Bum, bum, bum. This is a new iPhone. This is the new software we need. He diagrammed his company's process, their technology, his competitors' processes, and had all the arrows coming back together to prove that his was better. My MD smiled politely through the presentation and asked very general questions. I did not say anything, but I was sold. Whatever this guy did, he seemed to know it well. And our working relationship with this guy seemed guaranteed to pay off. Back at our office, my vice president pulled apart their financials and company operations and had me look through them with him. I'm so sick of working on these crappy companies and these crappy deals, he said. Though he used a stronger word than crappy. Kind of guess what the word is, everyone? I was surprised. Wasn't this company a good one? When my VP finished the preliminary model, I was convinced otherwise. Whatever their tech was, they were consistently losing money and not retaining customers. Nearly all the company's core operations were in India, while their head US office existed only to get sales. Simply that, even with all those cost-cutting measures, they were bleeding cash and barely staying alive on the business that they did have. This is a call center pretending to be a tech company, was my VP's scathing judgment. Perhaps. In retrospect, I see the experience a bit differently. My VP had been in banking for several years by that point, and he'd seen many charismatic CEOs pitch shady and unprofitable companies as the next big thing. The primary job of a CEO is to sell his company, whether it's to his investors, customers, or anyone who might stand to help the company. The company we worked with might have been crappy, but to an uninformed observer like myself, their CEO had a great sales pitch. Years later, when people wondered at how Adam Newman sold WeWork to top-level investors, despite the company never making a profit, the business model being unworkable, and a host of other bad reasons, I have a sense of how it happened. It was a CEO selling the sizzle, not the steak. It's been some years now since I left the banking job, and going back through those memories feel a bit bittersweet. I barely remember anything about financial modeling, and I'm glad not to obsess over font and color in PowerPoint presentations in my present jobs. On the other hand, I learned a lot that still stays with me now. it's hard to say if I'd do anything differently if I could go back and do it over again. At the very least, I would have called out intern number 3 and yelled at him to stop playing Counter-Strike. And if that didn't work, I would have craved out some time in the day to play around with him. So that's story number 3. So multiple stories, but mostly about banking. So anyone working in the banking industry might be relating, but first of all, round of applause. What a good story. And I just suck at pitching much better, but really good story, guys. So if you want to reveal who you are, please give me a Jinri hi or any Jinri emotes. But if it had a good morale, I think it has a really good morale. For me personally. That applies to investing also, yeah. There you go. So it's actually Mayak's story. What is the lesson? The lesson is be confident. Who cares? Although the guy, intern number 3, he played Counter-Strike, their vice president and everyone, they were like, oh shoot, damn, you must have actually worked hard. Of course, Kate got into a better company and everything, but still, being acknowledged for nothing you've done just because you have the confidence, that's a really good thing. Also, the message here is, sometimes you wonder why certain companies succeed. For example, like what he mentioned, Mayak mentioned about WeWork. And it's so definite that it wasn't the product that was selling. It was actually the CEO being like, hi guys, this company is so sexy, you guys have to buy everything here. And then everyone just goes like, oh, I do agree. It's kind of like that. So being a good CEO and knowing how to sell your pitches and everything is a very important lesson. Unless you guys don't want to be CEOs, then that makes sense. But I think it shows a very good lesson of how to pitch. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So let's kind of go back. I know it was like a lot of stories, but it does stall a lot of time. Thank you, Maya. I felt bad because I thought you guys weren't going to write anything, but I wasn't expecting this much, and this was amazing. I actually learned a lot, especially in the banking industry. So I don't know if you guys worked in the banking industry or anyone know about it. But it seems that my first question is, what is the bad stereotypes about banks and university students, ambitious students who wants to become them? What is the story? What is the stereotype? I never thought that they would have stereotype, but banking and I are like nearly the opposite of each other. That do not believe anything just because it sounds great. Oh, that's a good one too, Somi. I like that takeaway. Is that banks don't do anything except they move money. They don't create value. Oh. So what would that have to do with students? And students want to move, the student wants to change a lot because they're ambitious. I think that's the same thing with a lot of tech companies too. Yeah. Especially like if you think about working in a industry firm like manufacturing, I gotta say, those operators hate it when you try to change something. They're like, oh God, this intern is coming to change. This freaking student, college student, thinking they know their stuff. So it's really nice to see. So it's nice. I'm one of those people who really likes it when other people succeed because they are hardworking instead of like intern number 3. So it's nice to hear that Kate was also a successful banker, basically, or working in the bank industry in the firm, big firm. So that's really good. Kind of sucks in terms of like the company, this company being like, oh, I really wanted Kate. They probably really wanted Kate to work for them, because if they can pay less than how much, you know, the big companies give to new interns or new full-time workers, employees, who works really hard and diligently, I would definitely love having them. Kind of like me, you know, when I have quality viewers, or, you know, like who writes nice stories, then I'm like, ugh, I don't pay them and they just write me beautiful stories, right? So, and then thank you for teaching me about boutique and bulge. I didn't know about that word, so it's very interesting. Learning new things a day. I like that. It's amazing. Companies just want cheap labor. Yeah, look at me, guys. Free labor from chat. If you're getting paid X and company expects you to make 1.3x from you, yeah. Yeah, that's always with other companies, not gonna lie. That's probably why a lot of like fresh off of college kids want to work in a big company, because they're kind of like, well, like they'll pay me more, you know. And then that's why I feel like a lot of people who worked at a big company don't mind going to a smaller company, because they're gonna still get paid a lot from, you know, their job position, or they'll get a higher job position that pays more than the big companies. And I heard like being promoted in big companies are very hard. So sometimes people just kind of be like, okay, we're gonna have a family, we're gonna have to have more than a lot of money, so we'll just move down. So that was a lot of stories that I heard. Anyways, so let's talk about intern 3. If I had someone like intern 3 who plays CSGO, we need a social enterprise? Oh. Yeah. Guys, if you guys had someone who played CSGO right next to you, you hear, to the right, to the right. He probably didn't use his mic, right? What would you do? What would you do? Be like, what? Yeah, it means that they're not busy, right? Join them. Hey, you're shooting that wrong. Let me shoot for you. Capture his network traffic and give him leg. Oh, that's a fun thing to do. Yo, invest next round. Stitches get stitched. Get busy. He's an intern? Yeah, personally, I agree with Hotshot. If you guys think about it in terms of company-wise, is it a good idea to waste my time trying to stop this intern? US is fire at any time. I would warn them fire. Oh, I'm not his mom. No, he didn't do any work. That's the moral of the story. Is that he didn't do any work, he joined. Hi, Noogie, that's what I've noticed. Like, there was an intern that I met, and whenever I saw him, I was like, hey, what are you working on right now? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, okay, so then what were you doing? He's like, oh, I'm taking a walk. Did you know there's a building over there that looks abandoned? I went over there, I'm like, where the hell is that? And there's me working like overtime. So I got paid a lot. I don't mind that, but I still remember the day he's like, did you know there's a abandoned building, but it's so creepy. You should go there. I'm like, Are you on a tour? I'm sure this company did not hire you just so you can find abandoned buildings in the company. So, he's an IRL streamer now. Part of internship is to learn how to behave in a professional workplace. I think that is where you pick up some habits that stay with you. Yeah. Like, personally, I find walking a bit, it's okay. Strolling, taking a walk, understandable. But come on, going, going to find abandoned buildings? I think that's too much. Personally, I think that's too much. I wanted to get chat up here. Okay, never mind, we're not doing that. Sorry guys, I want to chat on this thingy, but it doesn't look good. He was there just visiting? Yeah. He's doing a YouTube gig on the side of him. He must have been doing the TikTok. Bam, 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 ba, 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 ba. Guys, I'm at a big company doing my TikTok dance. Da, 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 da. Maybe there needs to be a team effort to use the intern better. Yeah. If I were in Mayek's position, personally, I would have been kind of like, you having fun? And you know, like in Korea, there's a word 비꼬다. 비꼬다가 영어로 뭐지? Kind of like twisting the feeling or having double meanings. Being like, yeah, having fun? Having fun? Yeah, sarcasm. Oh shoot, guys, I'm forgetting English. Thank you. Yeah, I would have been so sarcastic, being like, you having fun there? Oh, don't mind me. I'm working on that PowerPoint. Yeah. Oh, you just got a kill. Nice. Yeah, with the same look. How was that kill? Oh, finally you killed someone. I see you. Come to this ghost with me. Headshot, right? Oh, you got a headshot. Oh, I'm about to shoot your head. Can I do that? Oh, headshot. Oh, yeah, my head. Oh, yeah, I would have been very sarcastic. But even that's not, in a professional setting, that's not a good thing to do, being sarcastic, but I would have been so pissed. I would never have been straightforward though. I could never be like, excuse me, this is a workplace. I don't think you should be playing CSGO. Because it's kind of one of those like, those type of people, back in high school when you had like, do you guys know about the old trick where you can put the headphones through your short? You gotta wear the long sleeves, right? And then you go like this and you can hear the music. Do you guys know that? Anyone know this? Kai, hey, oldies, please tell me you know this. Or is it like too ahead of time? But, and there were times where they'd be like, some girl would be like, excuse me, teacher. Excuse me, Mrs. Lee. The girl sitting behind me is listening to music and it's bothering me because I can't focus. I can hear it through her arm. So can you tell her to turn it off? Kind of. Or like be really loud and obnoxious and be like, oh my God, can you like turn your music down? I can hear it and I can't focus at work. Excuse me, it's so annoying. You just gotta stop. You think we can't notice it through your phone? It's kind of one of those like things where you're just kind of like, we'll understand. Just like, hey, keep it down. But you know what I mean? 배우하려고요. 배우하려고. So, senior people try to avoid supervising the intern. Really? Why? If she wants to, she should leave. Yeah. With good reason, but it means they can kind of do whatever if no one's around. Yeah, that's true. Even if you tell them, they'll be like, oh, sorry. But then, like, if you're not watching, they will play, which really sucks. So, Don't mind other people. Yeah, but that's the hardest thing, Jimbo. That is the hardest thing. For me, my personality, everyone works hard. No one slacks off. If you slack off, get out of here. That's me with my chat too. Guys, you guys don't chat, or you guys don't listen, you guys don't lurk, do one of the threes. If not, if you're being a bad troll, get out of here. We don't take bad trolls. We only take good, funny trolls, okay? We take trolls at least, And, like if I see them, I just get so mad. Like I can feel like inside my body, I'm like, is that how you were raised? No, that's actually not how I wasn't raised. My parents were very chill, but it's kind of my personality. Your monthly messages view time is too low. Do we have to go through our analysis of how much people are being attendance? We actually have an attendance sheet too. 가끔 화냄. 방금 화냈잖아. Boss is the hardest worker. Oh, yeah. It is a bit unfair. Yeah. So I learned to ignore the people and figure out how to talk, ignore them and do my own work. But if they're slacking and they become the bottleneck, then I step in. Brian G, thank you for 5 gift sub. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. 와, 감사합니다. I hope you really like the story. Thank you, 감사해요. Thank you. Thanks to my interns, I have amazing stories that we can talk about. Thank you. 감사합니다. She really produced good presents. Oh, thank you, Zig. Thank you, 감사합니다. Thank you for the praises. Thank you. Thank you, Brian G. So yeah. Intern number 3. 진짜 CS:GO는 진짜. Did I play? Even I remember. Yeah, because I actually had a very similar situation. Where instead of CS:GO, one of my coworker learned Japanese at work. And was writing kanji or hiragana or katakana, writing Japanese character at work and playing phone games. Now that phones have developed, I'm guessing CS:GO is older time. Now that phones have developed, everyone's playing phone games. It's kind of crazy. I've seen a lot of people like at work being like, "Oh, Shuzo." Sorry, this doesn't have a back. But they're kind of like, "Oh shit, die, man, die." Being productive. Isn't that sad? Yeah, I guess that's true. At least the person was learning something. So, Pornhub? What? Really? No way. You gotta be joking. What? That is crazy. Things people do at work. Oh, but Jimbo, that would have been a good story to send. So don't forget, you guys can send fun stories that happened at work at business.jinri.tv@gmail.com. Back in the day, some played games with their graphic calculator. Oh, Snake. Oh, favorite game, guys. That's a good game. So yeah, intern 3 was definitely a character. But he must be very good at talking. I hated those people be like slacking off. But when it comes to presentation, they're like, "Bitches, I'm the drama queen." Hello. So let me do my presentation. I rule the world, man. Really hated those people. Cause, I don't know about you guys, but the fact of me being bilingual has advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage, at least for me, is Boss Karen came out. Yeah. The disadvantage I have is sometimes I can't think of the word in English and I can think of it in Korean. And when it comes to presentation, that happens couple of times because I want to use like sophisticated words, or like I have trouble pronouncing some words, and then I'm kind of like, so you guys see me a lot when I'm like, what is that like that word in that English? Obviously, my NA or my EU viewers, interns would be like, sorry. And so personally, that would be a disadvantage. And in college, all these people who don't have that issue or who's very good at managing that type of issue, but never did anything would be like, hey, I'm so good. I'm so good at everything, you know, so. That sounds like a positive. If you speak in one language, you just awkwardly silent. Oh, that's true. I guess that's another point. But at least you can kind of be like, silence in a presentation is not a bad thing, right? They say if you don't remember the word, don't say e, o, right? If you don't know, just silent. Think, because everyone knows that if you don't remember the word, you're thinking. And they will wait for you. If they can't, that's their problem. But I need subtitles too for understanding my boss. Why? So, not with English. Oh, I have it with Mandarin. Oh, yeah, I do vice versa. Well, people that spam. Yeah, me too. That's one of my pet peeves that I've noticed. So nowadays, you guys can see that I'm mostly silent. Sometimes I do my ahs. When I really forgot what I was going to do, be like, oh. But yeah, some of the, and I think that's a common issue that Asians that I've noticed having is that they're not used to giving presentations. So any of the foreigners that come to US to give English presentation, it's okay to be silent, but for them, I think it's a bit hard to endure the silence. So I remember a lot of my friends being like, and this is the presentation, and we looked into this data, and the database is giving off a good response, but so a lot of Americans. Oh, really? Yeah, that's true. I didn't see in some, but yeah, like you know, it's kind of so that's a big pet peeve. So I do agree. Oh no! What the heck did you send? Long story. We don't accept long story, but I'll read it. When I was in college, my English teacher was a Japanese immigrant, and one class, I guess she had a brain fart because she started one sentence in English and halfway switched to and finished the sentence in Japanese. Oh, that was so cute. I can already imagine. Welcome to America. You have to practice not to do it. Yeah, I do agree. Practice makes it perfect. What do you think of investing 1K to Neopets? I think you should invest 1K to Jinri TV. Jinri Co right now. Bits, Tunation, Twip, and shoot. Now I have stuck because I was just imitating. PayPal are all available, so feel free to send anything. When I was at university, there was a lot of foreign students that. Oh really? Yeah. Yeah, foreigners were really good at grammar and writing. I think that's what they focus mostly, right? I thought I was under the character limits. That's true. That's so interesting. Oh, now like the is bugging me. Let's move on. Let's move on to the final portion of Mayak story, which. Thank you. It was amazing. I really like the story, not gonna lie. Near the end of college, I watched Miseng. Oh, didn't get it after work. Yeah, that's what everyone says. I actually slept through Miseng. Did you say let's move on? Miseng, guys, if you guys are interested in watching another Korean drama, please watch 미생. Ads. Please give me ads. It's a very good story because it talks about being in a working environment. So, may I ask one thing, Mayak? Is this an Asian company or an American company? Because I am actually really, really shocked when you wrote about the section where the vice president took you guys out for lunch, dinner, and they were talking about work or basically had to propose. Like, is that common in US? I've never done that. Only in Korea. Like when I worked with my aunt, I still remember to this day, she's like, fully American, really? Because I still remember, it was at my grandpa's, what is that? What's the word I'm looking for? Grandpa's, like, 환갑자, 제사. Korean people, 제사? what is 제사? 제사 영어로 뭐예요? 영어로 뭐예요? I shoot. Death anniversary? Can we say death anniversary? That sounds... Yeah, but anyways, yeah, my grandpa's death anniversary. So yeah, my auntie was like, Jinri, come to the room. I'm like, okay, why? What did I do something wrong? Ritual ceremony? Yeah. And she's like, come to the room. I'm like, okay. And she's like, okay, so this business, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, what? And then, sure. And then my other aunts came in and they were like, oh, what are you doing? And suddenly my auntie goes, we're talking business. I was like, why? Why? I want to eat food. I want to be quiet. I want to drink. My grandpa liked drinking. You know where the drinking habits came from? But yeah, I want to drink. So it's kind of like a business thingy must do stuff. I don't know. So anyways, I'm shocked that was a fully American company and that they actually asked you for work. Coast versus Midwest thing about talking about work. Maybe I wasn't, I mean, we talk about work, but when I was interning, they never was like, the only thing they would ask would be like, how's work so far? Like, are you getting along with the people? Like, not like, oh, maybe it was kind of. Maybe I was just so blunt that I didn't know that I was supposed to talk about, like, give my speech of, I am doing this and I'm time recording and I'm doing da da da. I'm doing da da da. It's that and dili dori do. Oh, maybe then I was stupid. Dude, this whole time I was tricked. Holy cow. That makes sense. Okay. Next time I'll remember. Getting along with everyone except that one dude who is always playing CSGO. Yeah. I do agree. So that's interesting. And finally, I really like this portion of Mayak's story because I can relate a lot that 진짜 any CEO who can pitch out their product is so sexy. Maybe I'm misusing the word sexy, but most of my OGs know, my old interns know, but I pitched out my Tweety, which is my finding app, finding streamer through preference service that I'm trying to develop with my interns, right? And swear to God, I could not explain it in Korean. Actually, when I was trying to explain it in Korean, I used a lot. I was like, it's so I'm streamer, and you're supposed to answer questions, and they match you with your preference, and then like this is supposed to happen, and that's supposed to happen. Swear to God, I've explained it like 3-4 times, and yeah, everyone's face was like, Korean business language is all English jargon. Oh, English jargon, yeah. But now, at least in English, I feel confident to explain about Tweety, you know? Like, hey guys, we're providing a service, definitely creating a web page, and it will be capable on mobile, where we recommend streamers to you guys based off of your preference, because currently Twitch isn't doing a very good job. I think they can work a little bit more on it. So we're actually collecting data. We're crowdsourcing the data, getting help from all the viewers who love Twitch community and love watching unique streamers. And that's how this service is going to be provided. If you guys are interested in promoting or doing any ads, feel free to contact me at Jinri TV on Twitch. Thank you. Like, it's so natural. But when I try to do that in Korean, 안녕하세요. 트윗이라는 프로그램을 지금 개발 중인데요. 저희가 지금 바로 나오잖아. Suddenly I go, where should we start? You know? Gotta get that. Oh, yeah. Bam, bam, bam. This is Apple. This is the new iPhone. It keeps recommending me the same streamers. Sorry, we have limited data there. 그러니까 한국어로는 안 돼. 한국어로 하잖아? When I will try to do that in Korean, guys. 안녕하세요. 트윗이라는 프로그램을 지금 현재 개발 중인 스트리머 진리라고 합니다. 이 웹페이지? 벌써 당황스러워. Suddenly I'm kind of lost. But 이 웹페이지는 hi brother, guys, can we get a hi to my brother? My actual real life brother is here. This is a studio that I'm being at. But anyways, usually, don't forget to give my brother a sub because he subs to other people. So I need to give him my sub from my interns. Just put it out there. If you guys want to sub my brother. But anyways, 한국어로 하자면, if I do it in Korean, how do you say it? 어떻게 말을 해? 웹페이지는 현재 다양한 스트리머를 추천해주는 추천 서비스이며, but in Korean, the PR, you gotta use the buzzword, you know? Like, why does it always recommend this one stream called Jinri? 뭐 어떻게 해야 돼? 이런 시스템이 있으면 막, it's too hard. 벌써부터 막혀. 나는 그래서 한국어로 따로 연습을 해야 돼요. I gotta practice separately to do Korean. 그게 좀 아쉬워. And I gotta figure out what buzzwords to use in Korea. Like, I could probably add in AI, and people might fall for it, thinking it's AI. Unless techie people comes in. They'll be like, you sure? What AI program are you using? Are you using Python? Do I see TensorFlow? Tensor! And I'll be like, Tensor! Oh, you mean TensorFlow-님. He's on chat. You can talk to him. Yeah, AI. And then we're going to add in some blockchain features where we can reward you. Do a reward system. It's intern serving every recommendation in real time. So, Tensor. Yeah, we're actually using Illustrator. Yeah, we're gonna do the Jinri coin. Please, an appointment? What? So, Mark, thank you for gifting my brother a sub. Thank you, Mark. 빨리 오빠 빨리 thank him. He plays PoE. My brother stopped playing PoE now. But anyways, so thank you, Mark. Finally, I just wanna. So where were we? Yeah, CEO pitching out. So that's kind of why I do streams. Not gonna lie, streaming helps me do a lot of pitch outs. Make him play Apex, he's not good at it. I just got to. Thank you. So I actually wanted to do a content where my friend actually works at what's the thing called? A cram school. He actually is a CEO of a certain cram school. I don't even know if I should call him a CEO, but he does own the company, right? And I was like, actually, he contacted me saying, can you teach SAT reading? And I'm like, I can't even pronounce Croatia to Croatia. You want me to teach reading? Yeah, that's a little mean. For the longest time, I thought it was Croatia, because that's how Koreans pronounce it, but it was actually Croatia. But anyways, then I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm a streamer. You should actually do a lot of streaming. If you want your kids to do a really good job on presentation, it really helps you figure out how you look like and what faces you should do. Like, sometimes I should smile, sometimes I should have the serious face, sometimes I should be like the Karen song of like my Valley Girl accent, you know, and sometimes you should be dancing. It all helps out. It all helps with the attention grabbing, I think. And sometimes you gotta yell out really loud so that they're paying attention. It's kind of like a concert. And how we learn this is by streaming. Is this a TEDx talk? Nah, not good enough for TEDx talk, guys. This is hard. That is too hard for me. But anyways, yeah. So I told him, and he was like, that's a great idea. Great idea. You should host it on your stream. What? Why my stream? Dude, it was hard getting... Oh yeah, this is soju, by the way. Very good soju. I'm out of soju. Can we get another soju here? 사장님, soju! No, it's not soju, guys. I'm drinking water. Yeah, and I was like, are you paying me? Yes, he was paying me, but... Can I do better? I think so. Amen? I think I can do better. Yeah. So, and then I didn't want to have high school girl come up giving a speech, you know, like to 30-year-old guys. That's kind of shady. And having them watch her give a speech, I don't know. I just got the feeling being like, I mean, I could have gotten her here. We could have done the talk and everything, but I don't know. It was kind of shady. Not gonna lie. So, but anyways, moral of the story: if you want to give a good pitch out, story and everything, please stream. Even if no one's watching, one person's watching, two people are watching, stream it. The more, the better of streaming, but that's how you should definitely practice. It's not a bad idea. It really helps with what motion is really good. Like how to move your hands. I think that's the biggest thing. So actually last semester of my college time, I felt very confident in doing my speech because first of all, it was online. And second of all, it was basically like streaming, where at one point I actually streamed my PowerPoint that I was streaming. So I was double streaming. I was not only streaming for my chat, but also I was streaming for work. And that stream was the first time I got a high viewer count. Because at that time I had like 20 or 30 people watching, but at that time I had like 80, 90 people watching my PowerPoint. And at that moment I realized, Twitch chat really likes PowerPoint. They secretly admire. They always say, you're doing Excel? It feels like I'm back at work. But deep down secretly, I know you guys are like, ooh, Excel, oh. Totally understand how you are. I know you guys. I've been a Twitch viewer, so I know how you guys think. Sometimes PowerPoint comes up and you're just like, oh, crankgasm. Excel, so hot. Yeah, our chat is infamous for loving graphs. So, anyways, do you guys want to hear my last story? Thank you again. Give it up a round of applause for Maya for giving me an amazing story. I know, Somi, it's amazing. It's amazing how you know, a lot of people were like, dude, maybe you should just go back to the e-girl stream and like show your boobies. That's how you make your money. Or like be like, oh, I'm e-girl. And you know, like obviously, yeah, maybe I don't make as much as them and they have their own thing and they're very confident. Those are very good girls. I'm jealous. Not gonna lie. Who wouldn't be? You know? But it's really nice to see that you guys like some of my presentations and some kind of get like icky, but you know, we have this nice relationship. So I always thank my chat for donating and understanding and watching this very unique content. I'm gonna personally say it's unique. I hope it's unique. Maybe it's not, but yeah. So, do you guys want to hear my personal story? I know we talked a lot about me, but there was one that I quickly wrote. And it kind of relates to what we already talked about. So, do you guys want to hear it? Do we know this one or is it? It's a bit different. I think, Mark, you don't know it because it was in not my dark era. That sounds evil. No, there was no dark era. I liked my e-girl era, guys. Dude, when I did, 너 뭐 했더라 그때? 니코니코니. That was $100. Who wouldn't like that? Guys, 니코니코니 하면은 100불씩 촥 쏘는데 누가 싫어해? 누가 싫어해? 너무 좋아해. 나는 그걸 좋아해. 다만 이제 방송 끝나고 이렇게 알아듣는 거지. $100 니코니코니. 아, 그럼요. 그때는 다 그랬었어요. 뭐야? So dark era is hot tub than it's now. First time으로 하죠? 바로? 아니야, 괜찮아. 이제는 그렇게 안 들어와요. 이제 하면은 제발 그만해라고 해.
Nico PowerPoint.
Nico PowerPoint. Thank you for 100 bits, I think, right? 끝나고 니코 2턴. 아, 너무 웃기다. 자, my story. So, something. Are you guys ready? 자, back in the mood. Final side story of today, and we will end a bit early. Right? How many years ago? Actually, 2 years ago. So pre-COVID time. So, side story. Something that bothered me the most was having a good manager. As in, having a bad manager should be bothering me, right? This is me drunk writing this. The first manager I had back when I worked at a museum, he was, quote, quote, very caring. However, that was only when he was surrounded with other high-level people. Like, for example, 뭐사 내리고? What happened?
It still could be kidding.
누구? Who's that? 누군데?
모르는데 백단아예요.
와! 니코니 하샤テキュー. あなたのハートに 니코니. Thank you, 하샤. 니코니. あなたのハートに 니코니. 감사합니다. 이랬었어. I used to. Thank you. Thank you, 하샤. Thank you. 조용히 해! Guys, my brother is watching. Why do you guys have to do this when my brother is watching? Do it when he's not watching. He's going to be worried and call mom. Be like, 엄마, 진리가 돈 벌라고 니코니 하고 있어. Then my mom will be, oh, like mom, like daughter. 어. 아, 그래? 역캠을 살짝 잠깐 했는데 역캠 같은 역캠은 아니었어요. 이걸 보여주는 게 없었어. 그래서 So funny. Thank you, Brian. Anyway, so thank you, Hashad, again for $100 donation. Thank you. Just call mom, she got $100. Yeah, just call mom and say I just got $100. Don't call about the Nico need, and don't send her the clip. She'll be worried. Anyway, side story. something that bothered me the most was having a good manager. Trying to have a good manager. The first manager I had back was when I worked at the museum, and he was, quote, quote, very caring. However, only when he was kind of like, nearby the high level position. For example, like the CEO or, the C positions. How the head of the museum walks by, he's like, okay guys, clear up. Yeah, go clear the table. Go do that. And such. But he doesn't do anything. Or he sometimes goes and cleans. Actually, when there was a high level position, he would also do the cleaning too. But when they're not there, then he's like, go do that. To do that. Always. He only gives order. Also, I always see him never at the front desk. Rarely. And what I found interesting about this guy was he was very into kind of like the age where, you started, so you do most of the cleaning. You're my friend. You worked for like a couple of years here. It's okay. You don't have to. And for me, who just started working, I was like, what the heck? And so everyone who's new would have to be cleaning the table. And everyone who's his friends would be on the computer pretending to do something important. Obviously, if there were customers, they would have to do it, but reading something, reading magazine, doing that, or A. So, personally, I want to ask, how do you guys find a good manager? And how do you recognize that he is a good manager? Is my story. Guys, it was 3 a.m. drunk, trying to squeeze out my ideas. But yeah, this is actually what happened to me was, I hate it when they do kind of like seniority. Because, of course, if they want me to learn, it works out. But it's just unfortunate that because so-and-so is this, because so-and-so is that, I give them the easy jobs. And then compared to others, because you're new, you get the harder job. I just think that was just so unfair. Because who would, as a new worker at the company, who would want to stay there for a long time, right? Especially if it's a part-time job. Who's going to stay there for so long? Kind of doesn't make sense. So I was actually very shocked that I thought seniority was a common thing in Korea, because in Korea, age is very important. But the fact that he was doing that was shocking, Especially because for me, I dropped out, I lived my whole life in the US. And all I hear stories in Korea are, oh my God, this boss always goes like, back in my days, or, you can't do this, you bet you don't know about this, and stuff. So the story happened when it wasn't my Korea. It wasn't when I was in US, so. My colleague in the bank right now is exactly like that. She's extremely late, comes to office late, and goes home early when nobody's looking. She will yeah! And here's my manager. So the only thing that I was very happy for was my abilities as a grad student. Because at one point, I got to talk to the CEO, and she actually asked me what I did. And I was like, I do data analysis. That's actually my real job. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And I find I do like continuous improvement as an industrial engineer. And I like to do a lot of those, things. right? Data analyzing, giving out solutions to your problems at companies, finding problems, finding solutions, figuring out solutions and everything. And she really liked me. So every time the CEO walked by, she loved talking to me. And I really appreciated that because her doing that to me made me in a bit of a good position. So, but it's just really bad that like people like to suck up to people. And if there is a way, I think this will never stop. Sucking up to people, everyone's different, so it must happen. But if there's just a way to revenge those people, like sucking up, stop. Stop, you know. If there's a way, that would be cool. But he was nice. He was very interested in my Korean culture. They were very cultured. That's what I really liked about them. But if you lived in the U.S. your whole life, yeah, thank you. I think that manager tends to be lazy. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Probably not all managers, but this is why I kind of want to be a manager. It feels like when people become managers, they just get lazy, you know? Or don't you ever wonder what your manager is doing? And I feel like I'm doing all the job. Yeah, actually, it's for me to be lazy. Dude, how? Don't mention it. No, actually. So my favorite thing to do is be in people's position, and I think it would be really nice to be in a manager's position to understand how they feel, because sometimes I'm like, where are you, manager? Like, are you doing something? But I mean, it wasn't a bad job. It was that job was definitely one of those like part-time job where I can get money. I just check people in when I'm not doing that. Oh, I also remembered another story is when he was I'm thinking about like clawing him, you know. Hello, Balin. And then another story was everyone is on the computer doing homework, doing so-and-so, doing A, doing B, watching, playing game, figuring out who's going to win the next Oscar, blah, blah, blah. And suddenly, when the CEO came, he was suddenly like, Jinri, you got to stop doing that. Because I was doing my homework. Dude, I was a college student, right? I'm doing my homework. He's like, you got to stop doing your homework in front of the frickin' seat. So I can't do my homework, and you can watch the next Oscar. Who's gonna win the next Oscar? So I was shocked. I was like, what? No problem, Fate. Yeah, he was blaming me. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think as long as they keep their distance of not being friends, but being on your side, that's the ideal definition of managers. But yeah, Oscars over homework, obviously. Who's gonna win the next Oscar? I don't care. So it was just unfortunate to see that kind of situation happen. And I'm wondering, is it because I don't have any power? It made me really want to quit the job. And I actually took a lesson on ergonomics, macro ergonomics, right? That's like dealing with working life and working culture. And not gonna lie, that place had the worst working culture. Like if I had a rate from 1 to 10, I think it's because there's so many part-time people that there's already a community. So the only people that, if if you're not a full-time, you're in the part-time line, then you're just kind of left there. They are nice to you. They're not like being like, oh, I don't want to hang out with you. They are being nice, but it just feels distant as a part-timer. So for me, I think I would have rated like a 2 or a 3 working community. Yeah, so it was interesting. So, anyways, that's my story. I hope you guys like my stories. I will try to find, I don't know if, maybe I'll bring in some Korean stories, right? That's an issue right now? What is? The turnover rate of what? What's going on? Thank you, Brian. Yeah. So I had fun. I think it's very nice. It's really nice hearing about your work. So we don't know each other. Yeah. Oh, that's a big problem. Yeah. Ah. I've had colleagues that started and left the company that I never met in person due to COVID. Yeah, I had those too. So COVID is such a big problem. Maybe next week we should actually pick a theme. Do kind of like we're not doing every week. We're doing this monthly. Next month, if you guys like this, I will do it bi-weekly, but if you don't get stories, it's going to be like a 1-hour stream. So if you guys can send me more stories, I love reading them. It's very helpful for me, long-term wise, but give me a COVID-related stories for work. I'll try to think of some too. No every week. Holly, no every week. Do you know how hard it's hard to walk up here? No every week, so. Yeah, COVID is almost over. You don't have it though, it's okay if you don't have it. It's okay if you don't have it. There's always possibility. I will share ghost stories as long as it's related to work and COVID. It's acceptable. If not, I will throw it out in the trash. I kind of want to get the paper grinder. So if you guys give me bad stories, yeah, that's shredder, not grinder. Sorry, paper shredder. So that whenever you guys give me a bad story of like something, I'd be like, I might have some update stories. Yes, please send them. They're really fun. You guys are really good writer. Yeah, you can grind, right? The shredding the story live would be awesome. As I'm reading. But it's bad for the tree. We gotta save tree. That's why I brought my pad, right? So, anywho, I think that's all for today. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube and Instagram. And I hope you had an amazing time watching my stream. Trying to see who to raid. Who do I want to raid? So, thank you. Where can we share the stories? You gotta send it to me on my email below. So let me raid. Who should we raid? Who do we want to raid? It's Tendy's 2-year anniversary. Let's raid Tendy's. Next stream, bathtub studio in SSS. 고생하셨나? 아니에요. 너무 재밌었어요. 뭐냐, your Tendy's. Steven's 2-year anniversary, guys. Let's raid him. So, anyways, we're done. 수고하셨어요, 여러분. Thank you for listening to my show. Don't forget to send in the emails because it will really help me. And I hope you guys had fun learning. So thank you. 생각하시면 고맙고. Raid 할게요. Let me raid. What is being said? Something's. 안 보여. Share. Oh, thank you. Share your stories, guys. business.진리TV@gmail.com. 진리TV@gmail이 누가 가져와가지고요. See you guys tomorrow. 잠깐만. Your attendees. Raid message about his subathon. Happy 2-year anniversary. Let's give him happy 2-year anniversary. Okay? Anyone have raid message? 제가 그거 해야 되겠다. I think I have sub raid. raid랑. Okay, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching me. 여러분 수고하셨어요. 봐주셔서 감사하고 내일 봐 우리. See you tomorrow. Bye.